So today I'm going to be replacing the radiator in my Jeep. Here's the new one, and the old one's still in here, and I'm going to show you the process in which I took to take it out. Now, this isn't a tutorial, because I've never done this, and you shouldn't be following me anyways, because I don't know what I'm doing half the time. But I'm going to get that out, put this one in. So let's get started. So what I'm going to be doing is pulling off this lower radiator hose, and it's going to be dripping into this bucket. As you can see, low. And I'm kind of happy to have this radiator out anyways, because it's the original. I know it was going to fail eventually, and I'm glad it did in my driveway. But there's no telling how nasty it is anyways, because there was a lot of rust and stuff. But yeah, first I'm going to drain that, and whenever I'm done, I will get back to you. Actually, first off, what I need to do is take off this air box. So I need to undo that and pull this out to get to it. Alright, got the hose undone, and there's the coolant. It is pretty nasty. And it's most likely from this radiator. So I'm going to let this drip out. You are going to have a little bit of spillage because it kind of drips wherever it wants. But yeah, I'm going to let this drain, and then we'll get on with taking the actual radiator out. While you're at it, you're also going to want to take off the upper radiator hose. Now that that's off, next we're going to take off the fan shroud, and we're going to take off the auxiliary fan. So what I'm going to do is unplug it. See if I can get you. Unplug that cable, because I'll go to the fan. And there are a couple screws that go along here that hold them in place. So let me get those off, and then I'll get back to you. With the fan and the fan shroud out now, we can finally get to this upper radiator support. So here you can see the radiator. You can see where it has been leaking. So let's get this support off now. It's just bolts here that go all the way across the top. Well, here is the upper radiator support, and here is the radiator itself. It is nice and rusty and all that fun shit. So this is what we're going to be taking out. Now I think you can just pull it up, but there are still two things. You got this, which I think that's the upper transmission line, and then you got the lower transmission line down here. For this one I'm gonna be using a wrench, and this one I'm not sure yet. So let me try and figure that out, and then I'll get back to you on that. Well, while trying to take this off, I cracked this trans line. It's up here. So I think, since the new radiator I believe comes with a new fitting, I'm gonna just cut it off here, attach a rubber hose to it, and see if that'll work. So yeah, I'm just going to snap off what's left of this and yank the radiator out. Well, I got the radiator out, but of course I had to crack that and break it off. So that's going to be a pain in the ass. And I got the new one in, this is what it looks like, but I'm going to have to figure something out about that, because it doesn't come out like that line does. So yeah, I may be able to hook a hose from here to here. I don't know how well that's going to work, but I'm going to see if I can break that other piece off, and we'll go from there. I'm going to need the light now because it's dark. So I got this part that I broke back on. I'm going to see if I can't put a hose from here to here and see if that'll work, if I can find one. Only one way I found out. Well, since it's getting dark, I'm gonna have to go up to the local hardware store tomorrow and find a piece of hose, because I can't seem to find the piece that I know I have somewhere out here. So I'm just gonna put this little piece on top of this, and I'm just gonna put everything back together. It's gonna be exactly reverse of what I did. And then tomorrow I will fill this up with coolant, and that'll be it. So I'm going to stick this on here. May need both hands, so yeah. Alright, so till tomorrow. Well, it's the next day. I went to the auto parts store and got a quick disconnect tool to put this hose onto this new lower cooler line. And then we got this repair, which is just a piece of hose, because this line broke last night, as you already know. I wouldn't say it's the sketchiest thing I've ever done, but it should be okay until I can find a replacement line for this, because I'm having a hard time right now, but we will see. So next, I'm going to be putting the upper support bracket back on, and then we're going to fill this thing with coolant and see how it does. Gotta make sure there's no leaks. Well, I got it running, and there's the temperature staying around 210, and I'm just letting it cycle through and see if it's gonna do anything else. It looks like the thermostat just opened, so I better pour more in there. Well, got the cap on. This sketchy modification that I did is working fine. It's not leaking at all. We go back and check the temperature. Well, I may have unplugged it. Let me go check real quick. I got plugged back in and it's saying that it's overheating, but it is not. So it must just be the placement of the sensor, because it is not overheating. Well, I'm back on the road again, as you can see, and the temperature gauge is still saying it's overheating, so it must be something with that setup. I'll have to look more into it. But other than that, the Jeep is done. I just need to find a piece of hose, and that'll be it. So yeah, thanks for watching.